Alright, welcome everyone to another Zuma's Revenge video. I didn't expect to complete these 5 levels. I was literally just passing the time of day. Actually, I just woke up and couldn't be bothered doing anything, so I was like, what game could I grind? And this was the one. And yeah, I didn't expect to get to the point where I would have a recording to upload, so yes. Anyway, I missed a fruit there. I wasn't actually even going to put a, post commentary to it because, you see a lot of walkthroughs of games these days that they're just silent, which people do seem to like. Although I then came to my senses and was like, you know what? That's not what my channel's about. My channel's about my voice. No, it's not just about that. But it can't be a video without a bit of commentary. I'm trying to think, have I ever done a silent... I'm sure I have, like once or twice. I'm sure I've done silent videos, but I don't tend to do them. It's not my aim, really, to do such things. Anyway, so I started this set of levels on stream. I just could not get past them. This is Heroic Frog mode, I should say. Totally just used a power there to get a fruit, but I think you get a lot of points for them. But anyway, yeah, Heroic Frog mode is just far more difficult from the very beginning. It's, in my opinion, a better version because, there's actual challenge to it. For me, in the actual Zuma's Revenge, the first 20, maybe 30 episodes were just too easy. I don't think I failed once in them when I actually, recorded my original playthrough of it. So, yeah, it's one of these ones that it's like a game where you don't actually get the hardest difficulty until you've completed it once. I know a lot of people don't like those games. I'm not a big fan of them, or I'm not a big fan of doing things like that myself. I remember, was it War in the North? You had to play a normal difficulty or easy, I think. Or I'm not even sure if there was an easy. But the point was, there was 2 other more difficult settings, but you couldn't access them until you complete the game once on normal. And then I don't think you could even activate the hardest level of difficulty until you complete the game, with the next level, the one above normal. So it's a difficult one. I'm guessing people do it, game developers do it in order to... Oh, we're just about to complete level 21, which is good. Yeah, I'm guessing game developers do it to keep people playing their game or something. I don't know. I really don't know the reason, but it is kind of annoying. Just to note that on level 21, because that's like the first level after a checkpoint, you do get your lives replenished, so you don't lose lives, because there's no point. If I lost lives, I'd just go back to that level, so your lives do just get replenished if you fail at those. But I did it first time, and we're into level 22, a bit harder. So yeah, it's a difficult set of levels when you add in more colours, when you add in more varieties, or more, the colours are scattered around. Because in the original game, I think there was I'm trying to remember. I think there was less colours, but also you'd find colours were together more. So you'd have 5 yellows or 4 blues or whatever. You wouldn't have one of this, one of that, like we've got here in some places. And the real challenge in a level like this is to get gap bonuses. I just got an insane combo there. Was that a quad combo or something? Interesting. So yeah, the aim is I try to get combos, I try to get gap bonuses. Easier said than done, although when you get a combo as big as that, or if you manage to get one of the secondaries with an explosion or a cannon or something, then you've got more of a chance, which is why it's good to aim for those things. This does require a large degree of skill, but it also requires a good amount of luck as well, because obviously it depends on what... Oh, I messed up there. If you right click with that power, you delete it or you deactivate it, and that's what I did there. But yeah, the degree of luck comes in when you're assigned what colour of ball you're going to launch next, basically. And well, for example, there's a power coming around. As you can see, 2 powers actually. There's a blue and a red, and I did have a blue there, but I didn't see it. But yeah, it's all about trying to make the most of what you've got, regardless of if you get the colour you want. And I just got quite a few gap bonuses there, which was good. That ultimately got us Zuma. There's another opportunity to get a gap bonus by just don't bother for some reason. Oh, I guess you don't really need the points at this stage of the level. I might fail at this point, I don't remember. I did fail at one or two of the levels. I guess the overarching point, or the overarching theme with this, is you can play the best level, have the most luck, have the, you know, the most efficiency with regards to getting rid of lines and all that, getting rid of the colours, but then it will be the last stage that costs you. You know, this is the last stage. As you can see, I am getting ever nearer the end, although I did manage to get a combo there. But yeah, the thing is, what makes it difficult is the fact that the colours are all really spread out. Combos aren't impossible, but obviously you aren't thinking about that primarily. You're thinking about keeping it away as much as possible from the end. As you can see, we're doing a pretty decent job with that. That was a little bit of a tactic I tried to employ there, where I shot a red on the front of the entire thing and then move the other reds back, if you know what I mean. Difficult to explain, but it's something I do from time to time, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. But anyway, we're doing okay. We're keeping everything in check here. Might get an explosion there, or a backwards secondary, or we could aim for a combo. We got the explosive. Let's just get rid of white, eliminate white from the board, and that should be it. So another fairly straightforward level. I wonder if that's the first time I've ever completed those two levels without failing. Be interesting to find out. This one's a different beast though. You got two positions to go to. I'm not a huge fan of this level. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it because it's obviously difficult, but it's well made. It's a good challenge. The real difficulty comes where you get a cannon, for example, a cannon secondary. There's very limited areas you can shoot the cannon, so I usually fire it and end up taking out just one or two instead of, you know, loads like you would get on other levels. But yeah, it's more difficult to get. In fact, it might be impossible to get a gap bonus here. The aim is to look for combos, secondaries, that sort of a thing. Secondaries are alright. I'm not sure how many points they get you. I've not really... See, that's a good thing about recording and looking over your footage like I am now. You can have a look at the amount of points you get. See, I take a while there to decide what colour to eliminate. Didn't get that much in the way of points, unfortunately, off the back of using that. But yeah, combos are definitely the best way. It's just, they're hard to really... It's hard to know how to set up the colours for them. Either way, we're doing okay. There's a combo there. If I find a green, I found a green, and I don't take the combo. See? Fantastic. I wonder if I'll get it later. Green, green. That's the other thing about recording. It's frustrating watching it back, because then you really, you know, oh, come on, get a green. I've realised I need a green, and I just don't bother. That could have been a waste of points. We did get a combo there, which is good, and we got a backwards bonus to assist us in well, buying a bit more time, although as I said, you can have the best game. Look at this. Yeah, see, I barely took out any of the board there with that cannon. But yeah, you can have the best possible game and just completely crumble at the end. Hopefully hit that yellow and a yellow there. We need a green. Will I get a green? Looks like it's disappearing, and it's all going down the drain. Oh, there we go. I'm not sure if I've shown many failures, but I decided to show that one. Why not? So yeah, our first life loss. We've got 2 left though, which is alright. Means we've got a wee bit of breathing space. Sometimes you just need I don't want to say a lucky round, because obviously there's things I could have done better last time. Like, for example, I could have used the combo when it first appeared, but I just didn't see it. But the point is, as I said, I feel like there is a small element of luck. It's probably like 90% skill, 10% luck. Because you can't control, that's the thing, you can't control what colour you're going to have to shoot next. But then again, maybe that just adds to the skill level as opposed to the luck level. I don't know. Anyway, we're doing decent, not doing too badly. There was several opportunities for combos there, but I never took them. We got one there. There's a secondary up the top of the board. If I can get some whites. I've got a feeling that in later levels in Heroic Frog mode, they're going to just add like a lot more in the way of colours. To be honest, I'm not expecting to ever complete this. I'm expecting it to get to the point where it's just too difficult for me. I mean, I would have to play a lot to, you know, get better at it. Whenever I get this power, I try to figure out what would be the best use of it, and because it slows down, it makes it better. We've got the opportunity of an explosion. If I can get a blue, we got a blue, and there we go. We managed to get a laser off the back of that. Need to make sure my aim is good. Look at that, not bad. And we got a few combos there. Pretty good, pretty good. So far, things are being kept in check fairly well. Thing is, we've got to move over every so often. I've been content just to stay at this right-hand side, and then I mess up a few times there, which ultimately puts us in a more dire situation, although we're saved by that quad combo. We're about to get Zuma. Got an opportunity of another combo if we get a green. We've got a green. Let me guess. Oh no, I was going to say let me guess I missed that out. But look at that. That all comes from my mistake. Blue, blue, yellow, blue, green, grey, blue, grey. It's not a good situation. Fortunately, it can be eliminated quite easily if you get the right colours in your mouth. But apart from that, it's not the easiest situation to be in. There we go. We got a backwards bonus there to help us out. Unfortunately, the situation is still fairly dire. We've got the opportunity of a combo here, but I've decided just to forgo it. I'm not shooting fast enough, unfortunately. And as you can see, it's approaching the end. We do have a lot of singles. I completely missed that there. I just shot it straight through. We've got the opportunity of some more combinations, but unfortunately, as you see, we failed. We've got one life left. Actually, I think this. Yeah, after this, we've got one life left. Can we do better? Well, obviously, at some point we do better. Hence why I've uploaded. I missed a great opportunity there for a combo. So that's what I mean. Looking back on this, you just cringe at how badly you did. There's an opportunity of a slow secondary there on the right. Usually I like to upload these in 10 level increments, but obviously I've just gone for 5 today because, well, I didn't have the patience to go and complete the other, or the skill. I didn't have the patience or the skill. Was that a triple combo there? Didn't have the patience or skill to go and complete all 10 levels in the 20s here. I think there's, what was there, 60 levels, so I mean I'm over, what's that, I'm over a third of the way there, in theory. But that's not how these games work, because obviously it gets harder as time goes on. Slow mode. Always useful. I'm not sure what happens when Zuma's achieved. Well, I know what happens. You know, you stop having to worry about new colours coming, new balls coming. But the thing I don't get is, does if for example, if we get a backwards bonus, well, after Zuma's been achieved, and they all roll back, do you end up not having to worry about the ones that go back? Do they get deleted? Maybe I should keep an eye out for that. Anyway, we're doing alright here. Trying to look for more combos. We achieved Zuma there. As you can see, they're all going back. That's fine. And then it'll get to the point where, yeah, see, the yellow behind the blue, top left, it disappeared. I mean, that wasn't my original question, but it's still worth considering in terms of the mechanics of this game. There we go, got another bonus, although I feel like bonuses are less useful. The only thing they're good for is to buy you a bit more time and a bit more space between the end and the, well, where you're up to in terms of progress. Could get explosion if we get another, blue. Not blue, sorry, something. But we got a backwards bonus instead. So I completely lost my train of thought there as I was speaking. Not a good situation to be in. Right, we could get another combo there. Decided to go for the upper one. There was an opportunity for several combos, which was pretty cool. There's another one. Come on. Oh, did I? Okay, no, I just decided to stall time. Right, there's another blue in position. Backwards bonus, and as you can see, it is far more comfortable than it was previously. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the next level's like. I did get to this level for possibly for the first time in Heroic Frog mode recently. I might have done it way back in the day, but I don't remember. But yeah, this is it's weird. A level like this is quite, you know, it seems difficult, but if you can manage the two lines well, then it's not too bad. I completely missed the fruit there, and I messed up there. 2 mess-ups, and already we're overwhelmed. The good thing though is if you get a backwards bonus, it applies to both lines. Some secondaries only apply to the individual lines. For example, the one that eliminates colours I think only applies to individual lines. This one obviously applies to both lines. You slow them all down, get a backwards bonus there, that's fine. Then we just need to find the proper ones to eliminate. As soon as the fruit comes, I decide that's my target. Yeah, you do get quite a bit for the fruit. Jigs, it's insane how much you can get for the fruit. The fruit's not always my first priority, which is maybe not a good thing. The reason I didn't go for that secondary was because if you go for that secondary, it eliminates the original secondary, so I wanted to make good use of the first secondary before getting the second. Then I eliminated some colours, got a gap bonus, got 2 gap bonuses along with a gap combo, although I'm not convinced it counts as a gap combo, but whatever. I probably just made that up. Look at that, threading it through the eye of a needle. This is probably amongst some of my finest gameplay. Got another secondary there. Got the fruit. That gave us Zuma. The backwards bonus also eliminated a fair amount of the colours on the 2 sides. But now it comes down to the hard part. Can we hold out? The latter stages are usually... Oh, come on, there's a combo right there. Thank goodness. I'm glad I didn't miss that. I'm looking for a yellow at the minute because obviously I want the backwards bonus. Managed to get that. The reverse bonus, whatever it's called. Backwards bonus sounds a wee bit less technical. Got the slow bonus there, which is good. But as you can see, it's still a lot of work to be done. We could lose it at this point, especially if I make clumsy mistakes like that. Thankfully we managed to eliminate the purple at the front there. It's not looking good, although we do have the options of bonuses. We took advantage of that one. In fact, we took advantage of both of them, of course, all thanks to the fact I got those colours at the time I needed them. Alright, just trying to eliminate the 2 lines once and for all. We got a combo and that ultimately ended the level. So we did that first time. So we've flawless 3 of the 4 levels we've done so far. And now it's time for level 25. This is the all-important level. Complete this level and we get a checkpoint. And I actually failed on this level. I got to this level the other day, failed on it. I was a wee bit disappointed, but as you can tell, it is quite a difficult one. The good thing is though, gap bonuses are possible. The biggest issue though is when you end up with a pretty busy area around your character. So you could easily have lines crisscrossing, and it just really makes it difficult to keep track of where colours are, where bonuses are. As you can see, with that sort of a bonus, it's good to think about what you want to do with it, but I like to take my time. With a cannon, I usually try and make the decision as quickly as possible. It really depends what the bonus is. As you can see, we are getting a lot of combos. Was that a triple combo? Oh, that was a quad combo, which is pretty good. We had the opportunity of a bonus there, a combo there, but I never took it. Opting for a non-combo. Got one there. As you can see though, it is working very well. We did get quite lucky with the setup. And, oh look, okay, never mind. I was going to say we got the opportunity of a backwards bonus, which we got via the combo. And I don't know what I'm going to do here. Got rid of blue. Not sure if that was the right decision, but we did it. Trying to get the fruit. The fruit, I think, gives you the most colours, the most points, sorry, towards Zuma. We've almost got Zuma. We've almost obtained it. Combo. Another combo. And we've reached Zuma. Brilliant. So now it gets down to the nitty gritty of just making sure the level is completed efficiently. Obviously, at this stage it's hard to tell, or it's hard to, as I said, really go for combos when you're too busy trying to just eliminate everything on the board. 26k points though, not bad. I'm not sure what my points tally from the original playthrough was, I'll have to check it out. But another important thing to do is to try and double up in colours, although I failed right there as yeah, that's the thing, aiming is pretty important. I could have had that explosion a lot sooner, but, like, I got it now obviously, but I could have had it a lot sooner, but I wasted a white due to bad aim. But yeah, aiming's very, very important. If you can't aim, you're not going to do well, basically. Another backwards bonus to the rescue. We've got the opportunity of another explosion, which I don't end up taking, although I do get a chance to get it again. Now, as you can see, it's squeaky bum time, as they say in football. Only this is Zuma's Revenge, so maybe it's a different, a completely different setting. Moving on. Explosion there, gets rid of most of them. And as you can see, we managed to complete level 25 and get a checkpoint. Thank you very much for watching this episode of my Heroic Frog Mode playthrough. And as you can see, there's confirmation of the checkpoint. I'll see you when I see you.